Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. If you're a new parent, a caregiver, or frankly, just anyone involved in raising a kid, you already know the responsibility can feel completely overwhelming. It often feels like you're navigating entirely without a map, right? Well, today we're going to change that. Together, we are going to walk through a highly reassuring framework based on the renowned psychologist Erikson and his 8 stages of psychosocial development. We're taking his profound psychological concepts and translating them into a practical, everyday playbook just for you. By the end of this, you're going to see exactly how the little things you do every single day are literally laying the concrete foundation for a child's lifelong happiness.
Okay, let's dive right into our roadmap. We'll be covering 6 key areas: building trust with your infant, encouraging autonomy in toddlers, nurturing confidence in preschool, managing daily conflicts, tracking early milestones, and finally, how all of this creates the foundation for adult happiness.
All right, part 1, building trust with your infant.
So Erikson called this first stage, which covers birth to about 2 years old, basic trust versus mistrust. In these first couple of years, your infant is essentially looking around the room and asking one fundamental question: is the world a safe place? And guess what? You are the absolute key right now. When your baby cries and you swoop in with comfort, warmth, or a bottle, you are answering their question with a resounding yes, the world is safe. You're teaching them that if they can trust you right now, they can trust other people in the future. But, on the flip side, if their early experiences are dominated by fear or neglect, they can develop this deep-seated doubt and mistrust that really lingers. So your comforting response, it is quite literally creating their foundation of trust.
Moving right along to Section 2, encouraging autonomy in toddlers.
As your infant grows into early childhood, both parents start to play a massive role in their world. This stage is all about autonomy versus shame and doubt. As your toddler learns to walk and talk, they're experiencing themselves and discovering their own bodies. And they're asking a brand new question: is it okay to be me? Think of your toddler like a tiny sprouting plant. If you give a plant the space and the sunlight to stretch its leaves and grow in its own direction, it thrives, right? That's autonomy. But if you trap it under a tight glass jar, you stunt its growth. If toddlers are constantly restricted, overly criticized, or just not allowed to discover things for themselves, they can develop a lasting sense of shame and self-doubt.
Next up, Section 3, nurturing confidence during preschool. Okay, so that little sprouting plant soon becomes a super active preschooler, entering a stage Erikson calls initiative versus guilt. This is a time when kids start learning from the entire family unit. And the crucial point here is the specific question they're asking now. Is it okay for me to do what I do? Kids are taking initiative. They're building giant block towers, seeing how round things roll, and pushing boundaries. If we constantly hold them back or tell them that what they're doing is silly or a nuisance, they can actually develop a deep sense of guilt about their own actions. We really want them to feel safe following their natural curiosities.
So, how do we do that? Well, here are 3 highly actionable tips for nurturing that preschool confidence. First off, encourage creative play activities. Let them build that weird wobbly fort out of the sofa cushions. It completely fosters early independence. Second, answer those relentless "is it okay" questions as positively as you possibly can. Validate their curiosity. And third, genuinely support them when they take the initiative to try new things, even if it makes a bit of a mess. Consistent encouragement during this phase establishes an incredibly secure base for all their future learning.
Which brings us to Section 4, managing daily developmental conflicts. Let's be real for a second. This growth is often messy and it is definitely loud. Picture a typical toddler conflict. Your kid is desperately trying to pour their own milk from a giant carton, and it is just spilling everywhere. Your immediate instinct is probably to grab the carton and do it yourself. But remember, they're just trying to answer the question, is it okay for me to do what I do? Instead of completely taking over, follow these steps. Step 1, pause and observe the struggle. Just take a breath. Step 2, offer guided, safe choices. Say something like, "Wow, you really want to pour that milk. Let's pour it from this smaller pitcher together." And step 3, praise the effort. "Great job trying to pour your own drink." Boom. You just supported their autonomy and you saved your kitchen floor.
All right, Section 5, tracking early emotional milestones. In the absolute whirlwind of daily life, it is so helpful to know exactly what to look for to ensure this healthy emotional growth is happening. And this brilliantly illustrates a simple checklist you can use. During infancy, when they're asking, is the world safe, your big visual milestone is simply seeing that they calm down when you hold them. That is trust in action. In early childhood, when they ask, is it okay to be me, you'll see them attempting tasks entirely alone, like wrestling with their own shoes. And in preschool, asking, is it okay to do what I do, your visual cue is seeing them take the initiative to invent their own creative games. Spotting these cues lets you know they are right on track.
Finally, Section 6, the foundation for adult happiness. So why does all this early heavy lifting matter so much? Because what we've done in those first 5 years acts as the vital soil for everything that follows. From ages 5 to 12, an autonomous child is ready for industry, becoming hardworking and seeking recognition from peers and teachers. From 13 to 19, that solid foundation actually prevents role confusion and allows them to safely explore and find their true identity. Moving into early adulthood, the early trust they learned is exactly what allows them to confidently let down their walls and form intimacy and long-term love. And by 40 to 65, they seek generative, actually contributing to society and happily leading the next generation, rather than feeling stagnant. It's just a spectacular domino effect.
Which brings us to Eriksons' 8th stage, maturity, stretching from age 65 until death. As older adults, we naturally slow down and look back over our lives, asking, how have I done? As Erikson noted, if we think we did well, we develop feelings of contentment and integrity. Now, if earlier conflicts weren't resolved, people can experience despair and become quite bitter. But the ego integrity we all desire in our final years, that is the ultimate reward of a life built upon that incredibly strong early foundation of trust and autonomy.
We basically journeyed from the crib all the way to old age in just a few minutes, seeing clearly how everything is connected. Every single time you comfort a cry, support a clumsy attempt to pour milk, or encourage a wildly creative game, you are shaping an adult. You are giving them the tools for lifelong confidence, love, and integrity. So I'll leave you with this provocative question to carry with you as you go about your parenting journey. Knowing that every single interaction is a building block, how will you build a foundation of trust today?